Live from South Victory, this is WFAA News.
Hey, if you're tuning in to watch News 8 Midday, you're seeing something a little bit different here. But get ready to put on those mental muscles and get them to work. And welcome to the 7-Minute Stretch, the trivia show that stretches your mind while you're schooling at home. I'm David Schechter. We hope you'll play along and have a little bit of fun with us and maybe even learn something. Well, it's Team Daybreak against Team Nightside, and our contestants today are ready to go head-to-head. First up, you know her from Daybreak. It's Kara Sewell. Hi, Kara.
Hey, I'm ready.
Good to see you.
I've even got Bailey ready to help.
Hi, Bailey. Bailey's excited. And you've seen him nightly on News 8 at 5, 6, and 10. It's Chris Lawrence. Chris, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Good to see
Kara,
you.
How long has she been on Google search? Past couple hours?
Getting ready to get
I'm
those.
actually going to have to kick her out if she's not quiet. I don't want her giving you answers. Nick?
Oh.
I swear no one knows the answers to these questions except for me. The best part about the 7-minute stretch is you can play along at home. Here's how we do it. We'll play 2 rounds of 3 questions. In the first round, contestants will get 10 seconds to answer a multiple choice question. Correct answers are worth 10 points. In the second round, correct answers are worth 15 points. Then we'll play the ultimate last blast question worth 25 points. And if you want to play along, open up the WFAA app and click on Vote Now, or use the internet browser to go to WFAA.com/vote now. You'll see each question and the possible answers pop up. Choose the answer that you think is the right one. Well, it's time now for the first round of our first ever 7-minute stretch. Let's get right to it. Ready, guys? Question 1. In 2019, the art world went wild over a unique piece of art that featured which fruit duct taped to a wall? A, Honeycrisp apple, B, a peeled kiwi, C, a blotchy banana. You now have 10 seconds, contestants, to answer the question.
I almost showed you mine.
Okay, let's see your answers, guys. Put them up. Blotchy banana for Kara and kiwi for Chris Lawrence. The answer is C, a blotchy banana. Kara knows her modern art. The banana was taped to the wall at Miami's Art Basel by Italian artist Maurizio Catalan. There were actually 3 editions of that work. 2 of them sold for more than 6 figures. The third, a performance artist went to Art Basel, took the banana off the wall and ate it, but he didn't have permission to eat that banana. And a kiwi would have tasted good, but unfortunately, it was the banana. All right, Kara's out to an early lead. Let's go to question number 2. Harry Potter fans, this is for you. Which of the following is not an ingredient used to make polyjuice potion? A, knotgrass, B, barb crab, or C, fluxweed? You have 10 seconds to answer the question. Which of the following is not an ingredient used to make polyjuice potion? And now let's see those answers. Barb crab for Kara and fluxweed for Chris. The answer is barb crab.
Oh my God.
I've never even seen one of the movies.
There are 7 ingredients in polyjuice potion, which allows the drinker to assume the appearance of someone else for an hour or more, depending on how much you drink. Do not use barb crab. All right, let's go to question number 3. Which of the following made Italy a great place to start an empire? A, abundant fertile land, B, good harbors for trade, or C, strong natural border defenses? Which of the following made Italy a great place to start an empire? You've got 10 seconds. Okay, time is up. Let's get to the answers. Kara, what do you have? What does that say?
B.
B. Good harbors for trade. What do you have, Chris? Fertile land. Chris has it. The answer is fertile land, everybody. He's catching up on you, Kara. Italy's
I'd rather
best
have a good
resource
heart.
during the foundation of Rome was its fertile land. Despite its shorelines, there were few natural harbors, so it couldn't support trade. And at the time, its
Obvious.
low-lying coastlines
It's so
made it
obvious.
easy to invade by sea. It was Italy's vast, fertile land that supported large populations, and as such, led to what became known as the Roman Empire. Chris, of course, knew all of that, right?
That's what I was
He
going to
was
say.
thinking of.
Okay,
You were
let's.
thinking about the wine. That's what you were thinking about.
He's always thinking about the wine. Let's check on the scores. What do we got here? Kara has 20. Chris has 10 of our first round. Of course, now the points go up from 10 to 15. Correct answers in this round are 15 points, and the categories relate to government. Question 1 for this round. After becoming a country, the first laws of the United States were called A, the Declaration of Independence, B, the Constitution, or C, the Articles of Confederation. You have 10 seconds to answer that question. After becoming a country, the first laws of the United States were called what? Okay, Chris, who is a little bit behind on the score, what do you have there? What is your answer? The Constitution. And what do you have, Kara?
Can we go back to modern art?
Articles of Confederation. Kara has it right. The answer is the Articles of Confederation. Out to a strong lead. The Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union was the first written Constitution of the United States. It was written in 1777, but wasn't ratified until 1781. The Articles of Confederation named the new nation the United States of America. It was replaced by the U.S. Constitution in 1789. Right, Kara?
That's exactly right. I was doing the math in my head.
Okay, let's go to question 2 from this round. Earlier this year, Lady Gaga debuted her first new single in 3 years called Stupid Love. What is Lady Gaga's real name? A, Ella O'Connor, B, Stefani Germanotta, or C, Catherine Hudson? You have 10 seconds to answer the question. What is Lady Gaga's real name? Okay, let's go to Kara for your answer. What do you have? Stefani Germanotta. Chris? Stefani Germanotta. 2 correct answers. That is her name. Fun fact, Catherine Elizabeth Hudson is the real name of singer Katy Perry. And you might be more familiar with Ella Marija Lani Yelich O'Connor by her stage name, which is Lord.
Oh.
Probably a
I'm
good
going to
change.
change my name to that.
Probably a good change. All right, so that was, we have one more question in this round,
They're
right?
at the bottom. They're gonna have
One
to
more
catch up.
question. Are you guys ready? One more question. And then we're going to go to the final round. Scientists estimate the average human body contains approximately 37.2 trillion cells. What are the powerhouses of cells? A, nucleus, B, cytoplasm, or C, mitochondria? What is the powerhouse of the cell? 10 seconds. Kara and Chris on the clock. Time is up. Kara, what is the powerhouse of the cell? Cytoplasm. And Chris? Nucleus. You're both wrong. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Biology, not for you. Mitochondria are organelles that act like a digestive system which takes in nutrients, breaks them down, and creates energy for the cell. Maybe we'll go
If I
back.
couldn't be right, at least Chris was wrong.
How did you guys do in biology in school?
I think I made a B.
Why do you think we're in journalism?
All right, let's check your scores here. What does Kara have? 50. Chris has 25. As we move to the final round, I believe Chris would have potential to tie in the final round. Is that correct? He's 25 points in the final round. Let's get to that last question, the last blast. Here it is. And I don't think it's going to be easy. Paleontologists have made major discoveries in Texas. In north and central parts of Texas, bones dating back to 100 million years were found in 2007, but they were re-identified and later became Texas's state dinosaur. What currently is the state dinosaur of Texas? The Paluxosaurus, the Pleurocoelius, or the Ankylosaurus? 10 seconds. state dinosaur of Texas? Plesiosaurus, Pleurocoelius, or Ankylosaurus? All right, let's go back to you guys for these answers in the last blast. Chris, what do you have? Ankylosaurus. Kara, what do you have?
Is that a dinosaur of the ankle?
It is. It's a very small one. It only gets up to the ankle. The Plesiosaurus is the right answer. Kara gets another 25 points off the top. Texas designated the Pleurocoelius as the official state dinosaur in 1997, but 10 years later, when paleontologists were re-examining the fossils, they renamed the dinosaur as the Plesiosaurus. It got its name from, the Paluxysaurus. It got its name from the town of Paluxy and the Paluxy River in Hood County, near the site where the fossils were found. So let's take a look at those final scores if we can. Kara 75, Chris 25. How do you feel, Kara?
You know, I'm so glad I paid attention when I was taking my Texas history back in school. It really obviously paid off today. And I think my lucky charm was my WFAA Tegna booklet here that I was writing my answers in.
Did you write the answers in before the show, or did you put them in just as we were doing it?
No, I'm just that smart.
All right, well, thank you guys for playing. It was fantastic to have you. This was the inaugural edition of the 7-minute stretch. We think we should keep it going. Thanks for hanging with us. See you later.
All right, welcome back. And we're joined by meteorologist Greg Fields, who is indoors, which is where a lot of us will probably be spending most of our weekend, right, Greg?
Yeah, later on tonight, especially heading into this evening, and a lot of tomorrow, especially the first part of Saturday, might be a good idea to stay indoors. Before we get to the forecast, though, of course, we're going to continue with our WFAA Academy. So we have our weather question for the day, and we are talking about clouds today. Which type of cloud is most likely to produce rain? And you see the choices there. A, cirrus, B, altocumulus, C, cirrostratus, or D, cumulus. All right, so that is our question of the day. While you think about that, let's talk about the weather out there. We've seen plenty of cloud cover out there for this morning, heading into the afternoon now. Mostly cloudy still as we get out to Weatherford. 79 degrees. Those winds a little gusty. It is going to be breezy, up over 20 miles per hour right now. And then as we head over to DBU, 77 degrees with mostly cloudy skies there as well. So it is warm. It is humid. Temperatures getting up close to 80 as we head toward midday today. And then a little bit later on as we head into this evening, overnight tonight, especially during the early part of the overnight, we are talking about that enhanced risk for some severe weather across parts of North Texas. You see the orange shaded area there where we could see some 60, 70 mile per hour winds and maybe some hail up to golf ball size as well. And you see that slight to marginal risk as we head a little farther east. But yes, severe storms are going to be moving in perhaps a little bit later on this evening. So we'll talk more about the timing. Now, before then, we're going to have the mostly cloudy skies as we look at the satellite and radar composite. Can't rule out a stray shower, maybe an isolated thunderstorm through the late afternoon hours, but only limited coverage. Now, we'll see that line of thunderstorms organizing as the cold front dry line begin to push into the area late this evening. You see around 8 p.m. or so. That's when we'll see those thunderstorms in our northwestern counties, and they will push down toward the metroplex as we head toward 10 p.m. You see a solid line of thunderstorms perhaps working their way in, and we'll have that wind threat and that hail threat as well. Some locally heavy rain will be possible too as we head into this evening. As we head toward midnight, still the ongoing threat for some heavy rain. The showers and storms may start to weaken some, I think, after midnight, tapering off a little bit as we head toward sunrise tomorrow, but we'll still have that chance for some showers hanging around through most of the day on Saturday, because as we head toward the afternoon, look at that. We'll see another flare up of the showers and thunderstorms. It looks like Saturday afternoon with locally heavy rain still possible. That continues through most of the afternoon on Saturday before winding down with the rain and thunderstorms as we head on into Saturday evening. So not a total washout on Saturday. We'll still see a few leftover showers and thunderstorms maybe lingering on Sunday, but we'll start to see some clearing skies maybe later in the day on Sunday. So we'll at least get to salvage part of the weekend. I think rain free maybe later on Sunday. Severe weather outlook on Saturday. It is going to be low, only a marginal risk. And again, we could see some locally heavy rain, but the widespread flooding not expected either, but some heavier downpours as we get into the weekend as well. So speaking of that, here's the forecast for us as we're looking at those temperatures today. This is going to be breezy. We'll warm into the upper 80s. Saturday, the widespread rain, especially for the first part of the day. And then Sunday, only about a 20% coverage with those highs in the lower 80s. Now, there's that 10-day forecast. We'll get into some dry weather as we get into the early middle part of next week with those highs getting into the upper 80s and mostly sunny skies. So we are looking forward to that. All right, hopefully you had time to think about our question for the day. Here is the answer. Which type of cloud is most likely to produce rain? You see the choices: cirrus, altocumulus, cirrostratus.
Is it finding?
Or cumulus? And the answer is cumulus. Now, the cumulus clouds by themselves don't typically produce rain, but when we have that instability, you see the billowing up, that vertical development of the cumulus clouds, and they can often turn into the cumulonimbus clouds, as we know, are the thunderstorm clouds. So there you go, Sonia. I bet you got that right, didn't you?
You know, I was trying to remember, because man, I had to go way back into that vault.
There we go.
But thank you for the reminder. I'm learning all sorts of stuff between you and David Schechter today. That's great. We appreciate it, Greg. Okay, so if you want, right now, you guys, is the time to grab a copy of Finding Esme, read along with us. You can scan, check this out, here we go. We got it real easy for you. Scan the QR code. You can use your phone camera, and you can download the book right away. We've also got information on how you can get it in an e-card from North Texas libraries to check out a free copy. So that's happening all on the other side of the break. All right, welcome back to WFAA Academy. We have been enjoying some great reading lessons this week, and our book of choice is Finding Esme. Oh, there it is, by Suzanne Crowley, and it's day 4 of WFAA Academy. So we're starting chapter 4 today, and joining me to discuss it is Gwen Reyes from freshfiction.com. Gwen, I haven't seen you in person in forever.
I know. It's good to see you, Sonia.
Thank you. You too. Okay, let's kind of catch up in case people missed yesterday's chapter. Where are we right now in this book?
Absolutely. So a lot of things happened in chapter 3. I think the first 2 chapters were kind of just exposition, getting us established. But in this one, we're really starting to get to know a lot of the characters in Esme's world. So right off the bat, we're introduced to her best friend, Finch Aberdeen, when he comes by the door to ask for the help to help find one of their missing neighbors, Miss Lila. So Bee, who's Esme's grandmother, is very, very good at finding things. Everybody in the town kind of comes to her to help find people or lost things. And so Finch comes and asks for help. Bee and Esme all go over to the house to find her. They're able to find her. But what's really interesting is that this is where the book starts to get a little spooky, because there's all this like sort of mystical situation of how is Bee able to find people and identify stuff, but also Miss Lila is able to look up on the mountain and see where their grandfather, who they're sort of dealing with the death of, they see that his tractor's still up on the hill, and Miss Lila says something that kind of spooks everybody. And we'll get to see more of that in chapter 4. But I just thought that this was a really, really great establishing of tone that the book is really kind of hitting on, and that spooky sort of searchy nature that we're all really kind of going to see a little bit more as the book goes on.
Okay, so this is exciting. We're going to start chapter 4 in a couple of minutes. So thank you, Gwen. And for those of you who don't have the book yet, you can, here you go, put your phone up to this QR code one more time. Maybe you're new, if you still need a copy. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. It's reading time, you guys. We are starting chapter 4 for those of you guys who are following along, Finding Esme. And don't make fun of me if I mess something up, all right? I'm not used to reading books on TV. Here we go. Chapter 4. Look over yonder. Who do you see? God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that yonder dressed in white? God's gonna trouble the water. All morning, while we'd been singing hymns at the Holy Mercy Church of Abiding Faith, I'd been thinking about ghosts and whether or not they were real. About the ghost of the drowning woman in Bitter Creek and why she hadn't gone home to heaven. I sat mesmerized by the waggling spittle on Reverend Foley Hopper's chin as he droned on and on. Bo was next to me, scribbling on the collection envelope with a big fat crayon. Every few minutes, when he opened his mouth to chatter in his non-church voice, B would pop in a lemon drop. Someone once stole the collection platter from Holy Mercy. B found it out back with her witching stick. There were just a few pennies still inside, along with a black beetle who'd made his home there. She had a notion who did it, but decided not to say anything. B told me whoever stole it must have needed money desperately to justify the theft. She left one of her witching sticks straight across the pulpit like a cross until Reverend Hopper brought it back to Peach Hollow, saying, "It's best to sweep in front of your own door. Some things people already know in their hearts, and they don't need to be shown it." What had God been trying to show me? What had Paps been trying to show me? Or the ghost in the hen house? Was it a ghost? Had it been flitting about the rain? Okay, so you guys keep reading chapter 4, all right? There's going to be a quiz later. I'm just kidding. That wraps up week 1 of WFAA Academy, but we've got big plans for week 2, so we're going to start back up with all of that on Tuesday with STEM. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed particularly this last half hour. Have a great weekend. Be safe in the rain. And remember, we are always on at WFAA.com. Bye for now.